Craig here from YourTech, and today's video we have the brand new TH85 keyboard from Epomaker. They have kindly sent this over for me to review. I've been using this for about 2 weeks, and that's not even the best bit. The best bit, they sent me another one, so I can do a giveaway. Stay tuned and watch the video to find out how you could possibly win yourself one of these brand new TH85 mechanical keyboards from Epomaker. Let's unbox it, let's see what we get in the box, and then I will give you some details about what the deal is with this keyboard. I'm going to put that to one side and we'll have a look at that in a second. We have user manual, we have a couple of extra switches, we have a USB-A to USB-C cable. It's not bad quality, it's a braided cable. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, there's not much to say, it's a cable. Oh, that's nice to see. We have a keycap puller and switch puller tool. And I believe that is it. Let's have a look at the main event. Ooh. So the keyboard, let's give you a little look-see. Right then, first impressions. It looks nice. I really do like the look of it. An all black key and all black body with a couple of white keys to give it a bit of an accent. And you've got the silver Epomaker logo there. You've got an RGB strip around the side. And you've got the Epomaker logo on each side as well. There's a switch for Bluetooth, wireless or wired connectivity. So it's tri-mode connection, which is good to see. It's an all plastic body. The chassis is completely plastic, which is worrying because you can get deck flex from that. So I'm going to test it. Now I know this isn't the most scientific test in the world. So there's a little bit of deck flex, but it's not a lot. The keyboard's got a good amount of weight to it, so it's going to stay stable, and it's got some rubber feet on the bottom to give you even more friction so it doesn't move too much. It comes with pre-lubed creamy jade switches. It's got 5 layers of sound dampening. It's gasket mounted. It seems like a very well made keyboard. Now, I'm a little bit gutted to not see an aluminium frame or some kind of alloy frame. However, I understand why, and that's because of the price, and I'll get onto that a little bit later. It boasts a 4000 milliamp hour battery, which pretty much standard for wireless keyboards, and I don't think this is going to be an issue at all. I think you'll get a good amount of runtime out of 4000 milliamp hour battery, especially if you're not one for RGB. It will drain a little bit quicker with the RGB on, but I think 4000 milliamp hours is a lot. I mean, some phones only have that. This does come in 3 different color profiles. So you've got the black and white one that I've got here. You've got the white and black one, and black, white and blue. It's got 2 level kickstands. So we have the highest level, and then you've got the shorter one. They're very well made, very strong. They've got a good cluster, and they almost feel magnetic the way that they snap back into place. Under the left hand side kickstands, you have the wireless receiver, which just slots in there underneath the kickstand, so there's no chance of it falling out, which is nice. As I mentioned before, it comes with RGB. It's all south facing, per key programmable, apparently with QMK or VIA software. This is the VIA software. Once you've put it into design mode, upload the JSON file from Epomaker's website, and that gives you access to be able to customize on a per key basis. It is worth noting, however, the RGB is per key. It is not addressable per key. Whilst them calling it per key RGB seems a little bit misleading, I wanted to fully disclose that you can program the different effects that are already loaded onto the keyboard. You don't seem to be able to change each individual key's RGB like you could with some other keyboards. Every single key is also reprogrammable through that software, so you can set up macros and you can change what each key does if that's what you want to do. You do have RGB control as standard on the keyboard. It has pre-selected functions that you can activate. It does have N key rollover, which you'd expect in a modern keyboard, and boasts some great latency figures. So wired, this apparently has a latency of 2 milliseconds, Wireless, it has a latency of 5 milliseconds and Bluetooth 11 milliseconds. It also has a Windows Mac switch at the top here, and it is a US ANSI layout. So if you're in the UK, it can take a little bit of getting used to. The last thing we're going to look at is the RGB. Let's have a look. Let's test out the RGB. Let's go through some of the effects. Now, the RGB seems very smooth. You also notice when you press the function key, lights up here, caps lock, lights up itself, which is quite cool. I like little touches like that. It shows that they've took a lot of care in it. I think that's quite cool. You can also control the strip at the back. The RGB on the logo is also completely controllable and has some preset. So let's have a look. Function and end. Yeah. Right, on to the most important part of the video, and probably the only reason why you've been watching this far, the giveaway. We are giving away one of these keyboards. If you go onto my homepage on my YouTube channel homepage, you will find a link to my website, YourTechSquad.com, and in the top navigational menu, there will be a giveaway link so that you can enter and you can win yourself one of these keyboards. It is going to be UK entries only, I'm afraid. I can only post this to the UK. I'm a tiny channel. I cannot afford to send this outside the country. I've been using this keyboard for about 2 weeks now, and I'm going to give you my honest review. So this has been sat on my desk for 1 to 2 weeks. I've been using it every single day. I've been using it for video editing, I've used it for gaming, I've used it for typing, and there's a few good points and a few bad points, and I'm going to go through them all. So the first good point I'm going to go through is that it sounds incredible. It really does sound good. I'll do a proper sound test, hold the mic to it, and you can judge for yourselves. The construction is solid. Even without there being some kind of metal chassis, metal case, whatever, it is really well made. It's really solid. The latency genuinely does feel good. I don't know whether the claims of 2, 5 and 11 respectively for each connection mode is accurate, but what I can say is it feels really good when gaming. The Bluetooth latency is okay. It is what you'd expect. Bluetooth is always a little bit more laggy than any of the other two. To be honest, you've got the wireless dongle. If you've got a USB port, either wire it or use it wirelessly. I predominantly have been using it wirelessly because I've never really had that at my setup before. And to be honest, it's quite nice being able to tuck the charging cable away at the back and use it wirelessly, move it around a lot easier, lay back in my chair, type on my lap, whatever I want. I'm really enjoying having a wireless keyboard. It's the first time having one. I like it a lot. The typing experience is good, but it is a 75% keyboard, so the keys do feel quite close together, which takes a little bit of getting used to. I did find myself slipping and hitting other keys and stuff when I've been writing scripts with it and when I've been sending emails and things like that. It's been very comfortable, but like I say, it takes getting used to because it's a more compact size if you're used to a full-size keyboard. The actual sound of this makes me want to write more, which is a good and a bad point. When you want to send just a very short, snappy email, but you're enjoying typing and you find yourself going into a long-winded email just so you can keep hearing the sound of your keyboard. I don't know if that's just me being mental or not, I've got no idea. I have enjoyed it using up much less desk space. It's only 75% keyboard, so it is relatively small. It's got hot swappable switches. I didn't mention that in the unboxing, and I should have. The switches are all hot swappable, which is why you get a switch puller and a keycap puller. If you get a switch that breaks, you ain't got to bother RMAing it. You get 2 replacement switches in the box, so if a switch does die, pull it out, put it in. If you want to change like your WASD keys to something that's more, I don't know, better feeling or more clicky or more tactile, whatever it is that you want, you can do that. Other than that, the only other thing I really like about it, it looks fantastic. I really do like the look of this keyboard. I'm going to get onto the bad points of this keyboard. The first one is purely regional. It's US layout. I couldn't see an option anywhere for a UK layout. So if you're in the UK and you're looking to get yourself a new mechanical keyboard and you don't want a US ANSI keyboard, this is not the one for you. However, I've been using it. I've been fine with it. I've gotten used to it. I mean, I don't really look at the keys too much when I'm typing anyway. So I already know that that isn't the at key, that the at key's down here. So, meh. But it does take a little bit of getting used to. So just mileage may vary, I guess. The other bad point is the fact that it's 75%. Now, I know this sounds ridiculous after everything I've just said, but I do miss my number pad a little bit. I don't use my numpad all the time. I use it a little bit with video editing, and I use it when doing figures and stuff like that, taxes and whatever else. But I like this keyboard so much, I think I'm gonna go and get a separate wireless mechanical keypad that I can put in a drawer. And then when I want to use it, I can just put it on the desk and I can just do it that way. The only other bad point, it would have been nice to see the aluminium frame or some kind of aluminium alloy frame, whatever materials they use. A metal frame would have been nice. It's only $80. I don't know what price it's going to be coming out in the UK. It does say that it's available in the UK, but the price is in dollars no matter what region you choose. And I'll be honest, I'm really impressed. I think that's quite an aggressive price point for a keyboard that feels this premium and feels this quality. I can't imagine, I don't know, I don't have a massive amount of experience with custom keyboards, but I imagine building a keyboard to this kind of level would cost you more than £80 to do it yourself. I could be wrong, please let me know in the comments if I am. One other thing that has irked me a little bit with this keyboard, and I'll try and get footage of it, but I don't know if it will show on camera. Depending on what kind of effects you've got the RGB set up in, you can get quite a lot of light bleed. Like right now, while I'm sitting here, I have the back light bar solid blue, and I can see it through the FRO. And that's it. That's the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider watching the last review I did of the Thermalright Elite Vision 360 liquid cooler. Great cooler for the price. It was actually on offer while I was editing it at £90. I don't know if it still is, but what a bargain. Or potentially watch the one of me and my missus building that computer together. That was quite fun. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll hopefully see you on the next one. Bye.